That day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh, hold my beer for Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh, hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. Oh, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams.
Thank you guys for being here tonight. This is Pinkie, the housewife. I do thank you all for being here. Let me go ahead and so we can get everything started. I'm sorry about running behind. I know I was running behind, guys. Let me just get everything set up. Whew. Let me see what we got going on here. Now, let me just say, if for some reason you get kicked out, come back in because seemed like there was more than one actually put in. One for some reason it dropped too many of my lives down. I don't know what's going on, but if you get kicked out, come back in. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. I am Pinkie, the housewife, and I am just covering this on one of my channels today, Pinkie, the housewife, not on Pink Global. Just this is Pink Global. If you normally go over to that channel, just go ahead and just so we can just hit like and subscribe over there so we can get that channel monetized. Today it is Wednesday. I had to think about it. Welcome to the Pink House, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button coming in. Hitting that like button, it helps me to get to where I need to be. Hype the video, hype this live or video. If you do a replay, make sure you hit that like button because it's free. YouTube will help send, that's helped YouTube to send my videos out to more people that may like my content, and it's free. Also subscribe to the channel. That is free as well. Doesn't cost a penny. And let me say thank you. I mean, hitting that like button, subscribing is free, guys. Don't cost a penny at all. I mean, free, 0 cents. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. Let me make sure everybody can see me, and also let me just make sure my audio and everything is right, and then we'll get on with the matter at hand. Okay. BT, Black Titanic, this new virus is man-made. Oh my Lord, I hear you, BT. That's BT, Black Titanic. She's a content creator. She's boots on the ground. She's been around for a long time, guys. Make sure you all go over to her channel and show her some love. Oh yes. Lady Leo, thank you all. Thank you for being here. Good hump day, Pinkie. It is. Hump day is almost over. This means this week is flying by. This week is flying by, guys. You can't tell me it's not. It is flying by like somebody want to get on a plane. Don't get on the Spirit airplane, though. Okay? Okay. Oh, Lord, I have something to say about that. I really do. But I'll get to that. Let me mark it down so I can talk about it. Let me make a note. When you said the hump day, Lady Leo, that made me think about it. Okay, so let me do this. Let me airplane. If I have time, I'll pull it up. Okay. With influencer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hello, thank you for being here. Is that Candlelit? Thank you for being here. I3H. Thank you so much for being here. We got a lot to talk about today. I mean, tonight. Yes, we do. We got a lot to talk about. And I do appreciate you being here. Cicely Bunny, like always, thank you for my flowers. Thank you. Let me see. Okay. And let me just see. Miss Pinky, you look and sound great tonight. Thank you. Thank you. I've been rushing to try to get on my live on time. I got my little notes here in my notebook. Let me put it to the side here because I will be referring to that. All right. Let me just see. Let me see, guys, because for some reason, okay. Wait, let me give me 1 second. Okay, guys. Okay. I was talking to my baby girl. Baby girl. Yes, yes, yes. Let me put stuff away. All right. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. Let me see. Black Top Pinky and chat blessings and encouragement. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me, I'm trying to find. Okay. Guys, we got a big show tonight. We're going to be talking about the virus again. We're going to be talking about the Hantavirus, the crisis. That 42-hour day clock begins for a lot of people, for a lot of those passengers, not just passengers, but for people that came in contact with them too. Yes, they get the 42 hours too. I mean, 42 days. Yeah, they get it too. Did I say 42 hours or it's supposed to be 42 days? 42 days. Yes, that's a long time. And y'all can't tell me that's a long time. Shit. That's a long time. Oh, Lord. But also, not just what we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about a few more things. Stefon DIGGS. Yes, I've been following that trial. Okay. And Stefon DIGGS, Stefon DIGGS, he been hanging this stuff everywhere. He been hanging that stuff everywhere. But we're going to talk about it. Okay? We're going to talk about it. He been hanging that stuff everywhere and them hands everywhere. We're going to talk about it. All right? But right now, we're going to talk about what's going on right now in this country, what's going to affect you. Okay? Because like I always tell y'all, we can talk about those. Let me just drop my let me just do this just in case. Let me just drop this just in case if anybody want to come up. Okay. Hi, Renita D. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I'll drop my link, guys. Okay. So if y'all got anything you want to say, you can say it. Okay. But let me just say, if you have not been up on my panel before and you're new to Pinkie the Housewife, I will have you in the green room to show yourself to me. The reason why, because I want to make sure you're a real human, a person. And I want to make sure you're not a demon. Okay. So that's all. If you've been here before up on my panel, you don't have to do all those things because I know you're not a demon. Okay. But so we're going to go ahead on with the matter at hand. Let me get rid of some of this other stuff I was looking at today. I think it was being nosy. I was being nosy looking at all kind of stuff today. Yes. Yes, I was. I was all up in. Look, I was doing some shopping from the internet today. Yes, I was shopping from the internet. But I told my daughter what I really wanted to do today: go outside. We sit out on the patio, and she brings something to work on, and we're going to put the music out. See, at this house, I have to carry my music out. At the big house, I don't have to carry the music out. The music is already, the speaker's already in the ground, So, but this house, we're just going to take the music out, sit down, and relax by the fireplace. And we're not going to turn the fireplace on. We're going to relax by the fireplace. And I'm going to be planting some flowers that I needed to plant. That's put them in my pots because they've been sitting out. They've been sitting out on the fireplace outside, just sitting there for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now. And they're about to die. So I wanted to put them in some soil in a flower pot. And I told my daughter, I can do that. And we can just sit out and just enjoy today. She said, okay, that sounds good. It's dark now. We can't do it. We can't do it. So I guess we're going to have to do it tomorrow. And also, for the ones that was here on, the weekend, was it Mother's Day weekend? That sing the big giant snake? That my Phoenix, he's fascinated with snakes. There's another one. Let me find the other snake. Yeah. The other snake. We just got another one. Oh, no, the killed one. Unallowed one yesterday too. Okay? But he's not as big. So this is number 3 now. If anybody didn't know, this is number 3. This is another one. Y'all see that one? This one, they just did it. What's today? Wednesday. That was this weekend. And then we had one last on Mother's Day weekend. And then my son just one just yesterday too. I don't know what we're gonna do about all these snakes. Y'all see his head? That's his head right there. I don't know. I'm serious. Every time I step out the door, I'm looking. I am so petrified right now. These suckers are all in the garage. Well, garage is, I'm so afraid. I am. I'm petrified right now because that's the small one. Well, they're big. They're big and round, big. Ooh. I am petrified, guys. I really am petrified of all these snakes all over the place. Seems like you can't go without one. They come and visit you every week, sometimes twice a week. And I'm used to it at the big house. We got them all over the place. I'm used to it over there because they all over the place, but I'm used to it. Because the grass is real low. The trees are so far away from me. And then I got all this decking where I can see anything coming. And I'm kind of high up because we built the pool up where you can see. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can understand. But here we got the forest. My husband said the forest is forest. I call it the woods. And all these ponds. Not just one, not just like 3 ponds on the property. And the grass is cut, but gosh, that's a lot of property. So, oh Lord. So I'm afraid of these snakes, guys. Just as soon as my husband get here, I'm going to have him to drive me around on the property so I can see it from the backside. And I'm going to I haven't done it. I only did it driving past when going to and from the store, the backside of our property. I can't, you have to get on the car and go see it. And so I want to see it so I can see what's going on with it. So, and I'm going to bring y'all along with me. We're going to go investigate the property. We're going to go so I can see it. So I know where my property lines. Well, let me see. Lines up. What's on the other side of my property? I don't know. It's too far away. You have to go out and drive all the way down there and turn, and that's too much. Because I can't go straight through it, because I don't want things to come out at me. And I couldn't do that anyway. Okay? And the road that we had, somebody built, is and went down. It's broken. It collapsed. So I'm going to do that. That's my goal. That's my goal. But because of my goal, I have to give time for people to come in. Now, since everybody should be here now, let's go ahead and get started. I tell you, there's a reason for my madness, okay? I can't just go right into things because I got to give people some time to get in here. Okay? Yes. Now, everybody should be here. Everybody's here. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the matter. Now, let me just see. Okay, first thing, let's go ahead and start with this. We're going to go ahead and start with the virus, because when we start talking about Stefon DIGGS, okay, when we start talking about him, I got to say something. I got a few more other people I want to talk about. One, I'm kind of proud of. She turned her life around, and I'm very proud of this rapper. Okay, because she was a shit show, but I'm proud of her now. Okay. Now I'm not talking about Chrisean Rock. I'm not talking about her. She's still a shit show. Okay, but I'm talking about somebody else. And then we're going to talk about the reaction of that joke made by that joke. People are blaming Kevin Hart. Now, I'm not blaming nobody right now. Y'all gonna see who I blame. It may be Kevin Hart, it may not. But y'all gonna see when we talk about it, okay? We're gonna go ahead and talk about that airplane, the Spirit the airline, with somebody as a influencer. Ooh, Lord. I was so outdone when I heard that, when I saw that video. I watched both. The video with that outrage that wasn't called for, plus the apology video didn't make it to me. It did not make it. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Then also, we're still going to talk about Chrisean Rock and Blueface too, and maybe Ray J if I have time. Maybe Ray J. Ray J has always got problems and issues. So, but we'll try to get to all of them. Okay, but first we're going to talk about what's going to affect you and your family right now. Let me get this phone situated right quick. Okay. Make sure it's okay. All right. And I'm not going to talk about Tasha K. I'm not talking about her. But y'all know, I don't know if y'all heard what's been going on. But I'm not going to talk about Tasha K. Okay? Y'all going to have to go over to Tasha K. I may just say something about it, but I'm not going to talk about it. Okay? Because y'all just going to have to go and watch Tasha K yourself. Or you can go to, I think it's Girl, Is That Legal? Simone. Y'all can go over to Simone. I ain't talking about Tasha K. Okay? Okay. But I will speak on it. Maybe one or two sentences. Okay? But we'll get to that in just a little bit. All right. Now, gosh, like I tell you. Let me ask you all a question. Have I? Look, I always say this, when people ain't got nothing going on, they be messing with everything, okay? Messing with everything, okay? I'm serious. They be messing with everything. Let me, and I do thank y'all for coming and being here, okay? I really do. I'm just trying to keep track of everything, and then also so we can stay on time with everything as well. Y'all have to excuse my shoulders acting like it don't want to act right. It want to do its own thing. It's trying to act up. When I say act up, it's really want to act up on me. I'm trying to make sure this is today's information I got. Okay, it is. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. Let me just say, if I gave enough time for everybody to get in, let me just check with, make sure everybody's in. Make sure you hit the like button coming in. Make sure if you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's free. You don't have to do a thing. Just hit that like button and everything. That's it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. Go ahead and get you something to drink. If you haven't had anything to drink, get that drink. Get you something to eat. And let's lay down. Do like Sweet Tea. She's probably going to be laying down watching this. If she ain't, girl, you better lay down and watch this. BT, you better lay down and watch this unless you want to come up on the live, BT. You're welcome to do so. But you better lay down. Y'all better lay down and get comfortable because we got a lot to talk about. Because I want people that watch my channel and my members, my subscribers, everybody that supports my channel, I want to make sure you all are safe. I want to make sure not just that you're safe, but you're being prepared. You're up on the latest. You're updated. At the same time, you can still go watch those crazies on TV, all those crazy reality TV stars. You can still watch the rappers in and out of jail. You can still watch them going to trial all the time for ish that they shouldn't be doing. You know, you can still watch women chasing other folks' husbands. Wait, give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. I was talking to my daughter. She was letting me know that I was lacking and everything, so I had to close down a lot of stuff because she was telling me, "Mama, you're lacking." Well, it's freezing up on me and everything. That's what she was saying. So that's what I was doing, trying to get out of some of this stuff. Um, Let me just see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get out of stuff. She said, Mama, you're freezing. Let's see, who is that? United States versus who? United States versus what the hell we I already read those docs. See, I got docs sitting up that I okay, let me get out of some of this stuff. Oh yeah. I'm glad she did tell me. I had so much. Okay. Oh, now I think I'll be just fine now. Okay. Let me just. All right. Thank you, guys. Twinkie Cakes. Thank you, Miss Ma'am. New to your channel. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being new to the channel. I hope you have subscribed and hit the like button on your way in. I know I was muted. I was talking to my daughter, trying to get some stuff straight because she was saying it was lagging behind. Okay. So thank you, guys. Thank you for that. For being patient while I get that done. Now let's go ahead. You know what? I always try to show a something funny in the very beginning or something meaningful, but we're going to do that probably when we talk about the all the celebrities and everything. You're not freezing now. You're good. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We'll talk about. We'll try to show one then. But let's go ahead and get started. And thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight. This is our third time. This is my third time, too, doing a live on the virus, the Hantavirus, tracking the MV Honduras Hantavirus outbreak. By now, we all know that the virus has hit multiple countries. Everybody know. If you haven't found out, if you don't know about this, that means you've been under a rock or you just been asleep too long, okay? Or you need to get off that sauce, okay? Get off the sauce for a little while so you can hear what's going on. But that's okay if it takes you a while, okay? Pinky, you look pretty. Thank you. Let me know. Also, BT, I did drop the link. If you want to come up, just let me know. I can redrop it. Okay. Thank you, BT. Thank you. Y'all better get off that sauce if you don't know the Hantavirus is out. Okay. It had gotten loose and busting loose off the ship. Okay. Off that cruise ship. By now, everybody knows. It's all over several countries. Everything. People, we got positives. 3 people so far. It's not here anymore. They have passed away. The initial shock is over for everybody. Okay. But you can get shocked while you're on my channel because I'm going to give you some more information tonight. Okay. But the data is changing rapidly, just like it did during C-19. The data changed rapidly. And let me just say this. Let me make sure I put this out. Guys, I am not in the medical field. I am not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I am not in the medical field at all. I am a content creator and a housewife. My channel is called Pinkie the Housewife. I am a real life housewife, not a play housewife, but a real housewife. Been a housewife for forever. Okay, forever. That's all I know. I'm a housewife. Okay, so I don't play one. I am one. Okay, and when I say I'm a housewife, I stay home. Okay, but I've been a content creator for a little while. Okay, so this information, I do my research, and I follow up on. I listen and I read and I watch and I do my research, collect my research on the Hantavirus. Okay, the outbreak, this crisis. Okay, I've been doing that since it started. Okay, and I bring this information, and this information is informational and educational purposes only. Okay, informational purposes. Okay, And so the information I'm bringing to you all is what I collected to help you all to be informed for yourself, to inform yourself, so you can be educated on what's going on in this country. This Hantavirus have not just is contained to the U.S., to the United States. There's other countries involved. Okay, it started on a cruise ship. We have not been in this crisis or this dilemma for months, or not even a month. It's barely scratching the surface over maybe over a week, or maybe going on 2 weeks. It just started, okay? And it's already and caused people to be unalived. So if you feel sick and if you don't feel good, if you're worried, contact your doctor. Go to your seek medical attention for yourself. Go to your hospital, go to your doctor, go where you seek treatment. Go seek treatment for yourself, and do that on the basis of what you feel, on what you think and how you feel in your education, from what you have learned from this, what's going on. Not because I'm telling you, but if I am sick or anyone in my family is sick, I'm going to do what I can to protect my family. But we're going to go seek medical treatment. Okay. So like I said, I cannot advise you on what to do because I'm not a doctor. I'm not in the medical field. I'm not a nurse. I don't work for the CDC. I don't work for WHO. I don't do none of that. Okay. I'm not licensed. I don't have a license. I have not went to school for this. I'm just giving you what I would do and sharing the information that I'm getting. That's why I give you the information directly from the sources. Okay. All right. So as for that, this is and everything on my channel is alleged. Some things, and some it's not alleged. But when that comes to play, you would know, or I will make sure you know. And then I do have my disclaimer going across the bottom of my screen, which is fair use permitted by copyright statute that may otherwise be infringed upon, non-profit, educational, and personal use tips. Okay. So that being said, we can go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. I just want to put that out there. I want to be transparent to you to let you know I am not in the medical field. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. I'm not a psychologist. I don't work for nobody. I'm a housewife, and I am a content creator that done my own research. Okay. So, and this is for informational purposes only. Okay. Okay. So we're going to be finding out what the latest information from the last few hours, both from the WHO and the CDC. Okay. Whether they break their silence with the mass operations updates or whatever information that they're going to give out or let us know of. And you know how that was when C-19. I'm going to kid you not. Y'all know. Okay. But we now have brand new information, cases across Europe. A critical life support battle is in Paris. And the CDC just laid out their official stance on domestic containment in flights. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, we're not going to just skip around. We're going to talk about it. We're going to skip right on. Well, we're going to jump right into the basis of it. Okay. And we're going to dive straight into the new numbers. I'm going to bring the numbers to you. Also, the contact tracing is a nightmare. It was doing C-19, and to me, it's a nightmare now. Because last time I did my live, I didn't do one last night, but I did the other 2 lives on it 2 nights before. Twice. And the last time I did my live on it, it wasn't, today is Wednesday, so that was Monday night. Y'all saw how I felt. You saw my emotions when I was talking about the content contact tracing. I spared no words. Okay, so that's because I think it's a shit show. Okay, but anyway, so I'm not gonna curse. Okay, but it's a shit show to me because what the hell you got AI for, and you can't do what you need to do. Don't give me that. I know y'all are sorry. I know a lot of you big companies that fired all your workers. You fired all your workers. Now you got a shit show of an AI that's fucking up. You're not making the money you used to. But you think sooner or later when y'all get out the kinks of AI, then it's going to be better than the humans. Now you want to hire them back. Okay. Just some information I be knowing. Okay. But anyway, the contact tracing is a nightmare for the health officials. They're facing it right now. And we can see it on their face. We can see it on their face when they do press conference. When the CDC or the WA, anybody do press conference, we can see it on your face. We can see it in your body language. Like I said last time. Okay? What the federal government next move. I want to know what's your next move. I heard what Orange Man had to say. I know what he said. Don't make no sense. Crocodile stuff. It don't make no sense. Like I'm listening to a crocodile talk, and y'all know they can't even talk. Not like my Bella. I got a dog named Bella the Husky and Coda the Aussie. Now they can talk. Well, Coda can't really talk. He just barks. But my Aussie, my Husky, she can talk. Let's look at the new data tonight. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Bella can talk. I'm not going to say she can because I know she can. The virus hit Atlanta. Yeah, it did. It did, BT. And I'm so sorry to hear that. It is. And that's how I did during C-19. Remember when the first person got off that plane and flew to Washington, and you saw what happened? Within no time at all, they were shutting down everything. Mm-hmm. Anybody remember the shutdown? When they shut down everything. Had everybody go home from work. They were shutting down. People didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I remember that day. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let me just say this. Let me talk about the new updated numbers. The WHO brand new the brand new news for May the 13th, which is today, Wednesday. The reports confirmed the total is now 11 cases, 8 laboratory confirmed. Now, laboratory, listen to the numbers. 8 laboratory confirmed, 2 probable. Now, I don't like that number when I hear 2 probable. Probable can mean yes, you're positive. No, you're positive. Or it could not no. It could be yes, you're positive. I'm not sure. I think so. No, I don't know right now. Give me a little minute to think about it. That's what I hear when I hear the word probably. Oh, I'm not sure right now. But we're going to get to it. Give me a few more minutes. You don't have that when you got this, when you're talking about something like this. We didn't have that we didn't have the time for people to say it when we was dealing with C-19. Just like we don't have time for it when we're dealing with the Hantavirus. We don't have time for that to be a probably. No, we don't have time for that. We need you're confirmed or you're not positive. You're positive or you're not. We don't need in between. Oh, let me think about it now. Not right now. You could be. We don't need all that. No, we need a solid answer. Okay, but that's what they got. I'm going to go with what they got. And then they got one inconclusive. Now, what do that mean? The same. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Well, I am. But let's move on. Okay. The death toll holds at 3, making the current cases rate at 27%. Staggering at 27%. But let me just say this here. Remember, they were saying 38%. Y'all remember that? 38%. And I even heard in the very beginning 40%. Now, what are they saying? 27%? I don't know. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get down to it. 27%. The new, let's talk about this case in this new case in Europe. Let's talk about that one in Europe. Since I did my last live and everything, 2 brand new cases was just confirmed in France and Spain. That means, if that's the case, that means I can't take a day off. I can't not do a live, because if I do a live, before you know it, remember, this is worldwide. This is global. This is not just contained in the US. This is global, or it's not just contained in another country. It's here too, there too. Okay. So when I say global, everybody, okay, it affects everybody. If you're human, it affects you too. Now, so since I last did a live, 2 brand new cases was just confirmed in France and Spain. A French female passenger was currently in critical condition. That's what they're alleging me. That's what they're saying in the hospital in Paris. Fighting for her life on an ECMO, artificial lung machine. Now, I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I don't know. But that sounds like it's something very important. That machine, that lung machine for your lungs, ECMO, artificial lung machine. Only thing I can do is we pray. Pray for her to get well. Pray for this patient to overcome and be strong and get well, to go back home to her family. And pray for the people that's taking care of that patient not to succumb to this virus themselves. Okay. Let's talk about that flight tracing nightmare. The CDC acting director he's the acting director. Okay. What is acting director? I think, what is it? Brendan Jackson or whatever. But anyway, revealed today that they are tracking over 100 staff members actively tracing passengers who left the cruise ship. Y'all remember, a lot of people left the cruise ship early. Remember those 30 people that got off? These individuals shared, it was 30 or 28, one of them. I can't remember. I think it was 30 of them. Okay. But anyway, these people that got off the ship early, they shared standard commercial flights with the public before the outbreak was determined or detected, or before they knew what was really going on. They was on flights. And you know, if you're in an airplane, those are closed compartments, closed, and you breathe in the same air, probably using the same bathroom. That somebody infected probably got up and went to the bathroom. And then you come right behind them in that tiny little space, doing the same flush that they did. Stuff goes up. Or you may be sitting right beside them, or right across from them, or right in front of them. And they breathing all down you. Or flight attendant may be picking up something and giving them to them, and they touching each other. I don't know. But I don't want to be on no flight with nobody. Okay? If you're sick. the U.S. cases. The 17 Americans evacuated to the National Quarantine Unit in Nebraska are being strictly monitored, they say. But I heard people talking off the wall, talking about they can quarantine at home. Hell no. No. Unless you got a big ass house like mine. Maybe. Yeah. Because I can quarantine in my motherfucking house. Because ain't nobody around. And hell, even if you're in my house and you're sick, you way over there in another part of the house, another area of the house, another unit of the house. You ain't nowhere near me. And I have to probably get on the intercom just to talk to you. I got to go find you. Acting director. Okay, thank you, Candlelight. Thank you, acting director. And that's, is that Brendan Jackson, acting director, CDC's acting director. Okay, thank you. See, I like that. See there, I like that. Somebody correct me. Put me in my place. No, don't put me in my place, though, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay. All right. But we're getting ready to play some information for you all to see. But I just want to make sure I get this out. Okay. Just give me another minute. Okay. But I like that. So, the CDC states that there is one positive case, which is in Oregon. The Oregon doctor. Oh my God. Okay. While a second U.S. passenger test results are currently flagged as inconclusive and undergoing retesting. Okay. I said that I think people should be tested more often. The ones that got off the cruise ship. Test them. It's not like we're testing a million people every day. They can be tested every day. Thank you so much. Thank you. They can be tested every day. It ain't like we can pay for a ballroom that we didn't even know we was going to pay for, but I'm not paying for no ballroom because I didn't put them in there. But that we didn't even know what's going to happen, and nobody needed a ballroom. If all that can happen. Oh, you can test people more often. Good evening, Pinky. How Miss Butter? Butter 487. Thank you for being here. I miss you. Thank you for popping in. I miss you. Make you. Oh, you got your coffee? Make sure you get you something to drink, something to eat, and sit down and pull up a seat. Get on your couch or lay in your bed because we got to talk. Okay? And then when we get through talking about this, we're going to talk about those messy, messy people. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about them. Because y'all know I always try to say, we're going to talk about what's going to affect you first. Then we can talk about what's going on with all these criminals. When I say criminals, y'all know what I be meaning. Some of these reality stars ain't nothing but some doggone criminals. Especially the ones on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And y'all know, I'm not talking about our beautiful Melanie, because she's not on the show. I'm not talking about beautiful Melanie Cherie at all. Because I love her. But I'm talking about all the rest of them. They ain't nothing but criminals. Criminals. That's what I said. You're criminals. I don't want none to try to dispute what I'm saying, because they don't want me to pull up their docs and go over their documentation, their court records again. I don't want to do that. I don't have time to go over court records tonight. Okay, and because y'all know when I go over court records, I don't just read them to you. I show you the docs. I'll show you the docs. Yes. I show you, and then we go over each page. But I'm not going to do that tonight. It's not my duty to do that tonight. And happy Mother's Day to you too. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your Mother's Day. I hope everybody in here that had a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day with your family and friends and everything. When I say family, I don't mean just your immediate, all your family. Some people had all the family around them. And I think that that is, when you think about it, that was a good thing, because if this is gonna happen like C-19, we're gonna need family. We're gonna need to say we saw our family just last week. because I just pray not. I just pray not. Okay. We can pray, guys. Okay. Now, also, let me just say, what was I talking about the testing? Okay. I think they can test them more, in my opinion. Okay. Also, let's talk about the no mandatory quarantines. Remember, I just said that if you got a big ass house like mine, then you can do that. Okay. You can quarantine in your house. But if you got a small house, you may not want to quarantine. You may get stir crazy and break the quarantine. Now, would I let somebody stay at one of my houses to quarantine in? Depends on how much you want to pay me. Now, I would do it. You pay me, you can stay. I'll let you go over there and stay by yourself. Stay by yourself. Depends on how much, and you got everything you need. You got everything. You can quarantine there. You ain't got to worry about running into nobody. You can go jogging. You ain't got to worry about going down the street, jog on the property. You can play basketball. You ain't got to worry about going to the gym. You got a basketball court right there. You want to watch the movies? You ain't got to worry about it. You got the movies movie theater right there. Hi, Vicky. How you doing? Miss BT.
Yeah,
How you doing?
yeah, yeah. Am I on stage yet?
Yeah, you okay?
Hello, am I up?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see
Is my
you
voice
good.
okay? I'm up to date. I was watching you.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm glad to I hear you, Twinkie Cakes. You're good, BT. Um,
Okay.
you're good. Did you want to say this is Black Titanic? She's a content creator. Did you want to say anything before because we're gonna go ahead and watch this video. I'm glad you came up. I'm happy to always to see
Oh,
you.
well, thank you for having me. And I like to say hi and blessing and encouragement and enlightenment and many, many blessings to all of you out there in the chat room. And don't forget to go over there and give me subscribe and like on my channel, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Y'all make sure you subscribe to Black Titanic and show her some love over on her channel and everything. What's the name of your channel, BT?
They can just type in Black Titanic 1972.
Okay. Black
It'll pop up.
Titanic 1972, huh?
It'll pop up. Uh-huh.
It'll pop up. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you came up. Since you came up, let me just say this last thing and then we're going to get into our video. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me just see. I was talking about quarantine. People talking about quarantine at home. I don't think so, unless you got a big ass house to be in. But anyway, the officials clarified that they are taking a conservative approach by recommending home isolation. Home isolation for exposed contacts, but they will not issue mandatory federal or state quarantine orders. Thank God for that. That I guess they did that in a federal briefing today or something like that or whatever, but I don't think so. Okay. Now, also, but despite the expanding numbers of the flight tracing, Stanford Healthcare and the CDC officials reiterated that today the risk is to the general public remains close to zero. Now, I didn't say that. I'm just telling you what I'm reading. Because now, do I trust that? Y'all know I can't. I can't pick up nothing heavy. So no. Okay. Um. Someone is speaking to you, Black Titanic. Um. Also, close to zero. That's what they're saying. But this virus does not spread through the air like C-19. That's what they're saying. It strictly required prolonged close household contact. That don't sound right to me. But who the am I to say it don't sound right? But let me just give you a time frame before we get into the to watching the video. Okay, the time frame, y'all remember, it was on the cruise ship, and had left the Cayman Islands, and it was currently sailing to the Netherlands with only 25 crew members and 2 Dutch health workers on board for monitoring those people. Okay, but let me just say this: they're saying it takes 42-day window. A 42-day window. That's a long time. And when I say that's a long time, that's a long ass time. I don't think some people is not going to make that. I don't think so. What do you think about that time frame? 42-day window. You know, with COVID, I think it was what, a week or two. BT, you're a nurse. Can you hear me? You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm throwing your nurse in your face. You're a nurse. What do you think about that, Miss Nurse?
Oh God. Well, all these are man-made viruses. So I'm just gonna say that most of them give you a timeline of 2 weeks for it to be not so contagious. But when they man-made now, you just have to be real careful. That's all I can tell y'all. There's no data, no study on these man-made viruses.
Okay. And
Yeah,
so,
because
the,
do you
huh?
remember that? Do you remember that that virus came out of cross seas? You remember that country that the Orange Man named? Well, he was right about that. It's been documented that it was produced in a laboratory.
Okay. We'll just put, since, although you're a nurse, we're still going to say allegedly. Just,
Allegedly. Thank
okay.
you for reminding me. Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly. And my
Yeah.
whole
Allegedly. I know you're a nurse
yeah,
and everything, but still, you know, with the AI,
yeah. Allegedly, I
trying
got
to
it. Yeah,
flag everybody, we're just going to
yeah, yeah.
say,
We have to say allegedly.
allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks for me. Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, let me go ahead and put on one of the latest videos. I'm gonna check the timing of it too. I'm gonna update it to make sure this is with the timing and everything. Let me just do this right quick. This is get me. Is this 6 hours ago? 4 hours. Okay, let me hit the refresh and everything. Okay, is this the CDC? Wait, I'm trying to see. Is this this is just, oh, this is just recently too. So we're gonna listen to this, guys. This is just recently. This is uh, this is tonight. This is the last. Oh no, it's not recent. Let me just correct this with my phone. This information is going to be put down in the my description box below my video, guys. This is with the Associated Press. And then after this, I'm going to try to pull up and see. This is with the Associated Press. So if you all want to go back to it or anything, you're welcome to go back and look at this information. Let me just put it down in here so I won't forget. I have to keep track of where information comes from so I can make sure I give people credit for it. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and watch this. And I'm going to enlarge it and keep the caption on so just in case. I always say because not everybody can hear as well as some. Some people do need the caption, and sometimes I do. You never know. Here we go, guys. We're not going to listen to this whole thing at all. Okay, this is the Europe. Their officials are giving an update on the outbreaks there. So let's go ahead and hear, because I've been wanting to hear this.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and
Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this, please. Thank you. And then don't forget to hit the like button if you just came in. If you're in the bushes, please hit that like button. Okay.
gentlemen, also from my side, a warm welcome to ECDC's press conference on the current Hantavirus outbreak, and thanks for joining us today. As you all know, we originally planned to have our expert who has been on the cruise ship for 3 days to be here today with us. He arrived very, very late last night, and he is extremely...
That's not me muted. I think they lost their audio. It's not me. Okay. I think they're losing their audio, guys. And let me move it on over and see what it...
Support actions for the member states.
Okay.
For the member states during the last days. And the third main topic of today's press conference is we will, of course, give you an epidemiological update and the latest news on the current outbreak and present you the next steps and also the guidance for the member states regarding the management of the passengers who are now back in their home countries. Well, since May 2nd, as you know, when ECDC was first informed by the Netherlands about an outbreak of unknown etiology on a cruise ship, a lot has happened in a very, very short time. And I'm not exaggerating, ladies and gentlemen, that this outbreak and this situation poses a very complex outbreak situation due to many uncertainties and the involvement of 23 nationalities. Due to many of these uncertainties, and especially the long incubation period of Andes virus, up to 6 weeks, ECDC consistently has applied a precautionary approach from the beginning of the outbreak, a so-called no regrets approach. With the recent disembarked passengers now testing positive in the past days, our approach proved right. And it is important to say that due to the long incubation period, it is still possible that more cases among the passengers who are now actually in quarantine will occur. This cannot be excluded. So now that all passengers have been safely repatriated to their home countries under very strict and safe precautions, it also shows that we have learned many, many lessons since the pandemic. We, is the European Union, the member states, and the ECDC. So what kind of lessons did we learn in the past years? Well, first of all, about collaboration. Cooperation and collaboration is key in crisis situations like that. So the efficient and good collaboration with the affected member states now and in the past days, first of all, with Spain and the Netherlands, the collaboration with the European Commission, UK, but also WHO is really outstanding and very good. Secondly, in outbreak situations like this, it is key to assess as quickly as possible, despite many open questions, despite missing data at that point in time. So ECDC made a risk assessment last week, including first recommendations within 2 days. We also provided detailed rapid advice to the member states for the management, like the care of the patients and the passengers, the disembarkment and the transfer of the passengers. This was not only right to do, it was also extremely important to assess and advise so fast in order to be able to decide quickly on key decisions, such as should the passengers take commercial or special flights home to their countries in Europe. Well, ECDC clearly recommended that all passengers should go on special flights, and this is to avoid any further risk of spreading of the virus. All of this was done within a very, very short time. Well, thirdly, I have to say that ECDC in parallel, as you know, activated the European Health Task Force and deployed within half a day an expert on board of the cruise ship who entered in Cape Verde, where we will give you a short report about his experiences and his main findings right in a few minutes. A second task force team of ECDC was sent to Tenerife to support with the same safe disembarkment of the passengers, and we supported mainly the Spanish health authorities in doing so. In addition, ECDC activated right at the beginning the new EU reference laboratory for rodent-borne and zoonotic viral pathogens to offer a fast diagnostic support to the national laboratories in the countries. And we will also provide you more details on this and the next steps. So what is happening now and in the upcoming days and weeks? First of all, ECDC will continue to give updated guidance to the member states, how to manage the passengers who are now back in their countries. Most importantly, I have to say we recommend a strict quarantine for all asymptomatic passengers for 6 weeks, which means until June 21st or June 22nd, depending on when they left the ship. Via the reference laboratory, we will support.
I'm glad she's bringing up that date, that quarantine date. I see BT and drop down. I'm glad she's bringing that date up, guys, because I was going to mention that date as well, but I'm glad she's bringing it up. And I know a lot of people probably not understanding, but the reference literature
to ensure a fast and, even more important, a high quality diagnostic in the member states. Moreover, ECDC experts will now focus their investigations, their research on 2 main questions. First, how and where were the passengers infected? We need to learn more about the routes and the patterns of transmission of this virus. And secondly, we have to learn more about the virus itself, its transmissibility, its severity, and this will be done in the upcoming days and weeks via more genomic analysis. I will end here. Summarizing so far, I can say this is a best practice example of good European teamwork. It's
you know what, guys? There's a person that they're gonna show, I think. So I'm gonna fast forward over so we can see that. But while I do that and find exactly what this person is going to be talking, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all the PBS News Hour. This is the PBS News Hour on the what to know about the cruise ship Hantavirus outbreak and the Americans facing the quarantine. I'm going to go ahead and put that forward for you first. This is only an 8-minute video. All right. So, but I'm going to come back to this here because I want to fast forward over a lot of things that she is saying because we don't have time to sit and watch her entire video. Okay, we don't have that kind of time. So I'm going to have to do some running through her video to get it. Okay, this is PBS News. I love PBS News. I really do. And this is the also the full transcript and everything, guys. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and look at this right quick. We'll see. I'm going to put caption down here. Okay, y'all ready? And put in the chat and if you can hear this video that I'm getting ready to drop. Is that Terry? Hi, Terry Matthews. How you doing, my love? Thank you for being here. I'm always happy to see you. Y'all, if you can see, look at that. You see them spraying the people down? Oh my God. This is scary to me. I don't know about to y'all, but that is scary. They are fully got PPP protective wear all over from head to toe. Oh my God. Okay, here we go, guys.
In the spring of 1971, there was so much that was altered.
The new rules will be phased in.
So since I'm going to skip over that video, I'm going to let that video skip over so we don't have to listen to it. Okay, guys? Or watch it. Give me 1 second.
At the epicenter of the ship at the epicenter of the Hantavirus outbreak has been evacuated on Spain's Canary Islands. 16 Americans have now been transported to a specialized quarantine unit in Omaha, Nebraska. 2 are at a similar unit at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta. Health officials confirm that 1 American and 1 French national aboard the ship have tested positive for the virus, and another U.S. passenger is showing mild symptoms. So far, the virus has claimed the lives of 3 people, including a Dutch couple and a German citizen. Our William Brangham gets answers now to the latest questions.
Jeff, 16 Americans will remain under observation for up to 6 weeks at a special medical facility at the University of Nebraska Medical Center that has a biocontainment unit. U.S. health officials today explained why this location was chosen.
It is designed to house a large group of patients or passengers from a plane or a ship like what we have now, to monitor and assess them. If they get symptomatic, become sick, they can be moved into the biocontainment system and have a higher level of care. Right now, they're just being monitored and assessed.
6 U.S. states are now monitoring residents connected to the cruise ship as other evacuated passengers return to their homes. So to learn more about this virus and what we can expect, we are joined again by Dr. Ashish Jha. He's with the Belfer Center for Science and International Affairs at Harvard's Kennedy School, and previously was the White House COVID-19 response coordinator during the Biden administration. Dr. Jha, always great to have you back. With regards to this, international and American health officials keep telling us that the risk to the public remains very low, but we did see with this particular strain of this virus that it was spreading from human to human, and there are some reports that it may not even take close contact with an infected person to get infected yourself. So given all of that, how worried should people be about this circumstance?
So, William, first of all, thanks for having me back. Look, first and foremost, I think it's important to understand this is not COVID. No matter how this virus plays out, its transmissibility is going to be very different than COVID. I don't see a large global pandemic coming out of this. That said, I think there are a couple of other important points. One is this is not a virus we know a ton about. Yes, it's been around for a long time, but the Andes strain that is causing this outbreak has only had outbreaks a few times. So we're still learning a lot about this virus. There is evidence, as you suggested, that it is potentially a little easier to spread than has been traditionally taught in the textbooks. And right now, we have to pay very close attention to that and do everything we can to bring this outbreak under control so it doesn't become a bigger problem.
So these Americans are now being transported to this center in Nebraska. Does that seem like an appropriate move to you?
It does. I mean, UNMC, the University of Nebraska Medical Center, is one of the best places in the country, I'd argue in the world, for this kind of work. It was designed for it. So I think that is an excellent place for these individuals to be. I think the next big question is, will they stay there for the entire quarantine period? I've heard reports that some of them might be allowed to go home. I think that would not be a good idea. As long as they can stay at UNMC for their entire quarantine period, I think that would be a very smart and prudent move.
I mean, given what you were saying before about what we do and do not know about how this virus is transmitting, is there any concern that other people who got off the ship earlier or were evacuated and are now going home might be carrying hantavirus unknowingly?
Yeah, this virus has a long incubation period, up to 8 weeks. That's why I believe that even those individuals who got off the ship earlier and went home, they should be quarantined as well, at least for that 6 to 8 week period after their last exposure. Look, it just takes one person getting sick and spreading it to a whole bunch of other people for this to become a much bigger problem. So far, no one has gotten sick who was not on the ship. I'd like to keep it that way.
I mean, as you well know, U.S. officials were not initially involved in this response. The U.S. has also pulled out of the World Health Organization. The CDC is now involved.
You know what, guys? Let me just say this, since he just mentioned it. That is, about pulling out of the WHO, that is the craziest thing. That don't make any sense to me. Really, no sense at all. And then you dismantle the very people that can handle this too as well. That doesn't make any sense to me. None at all. Do somebody know how to put a stop to this person? Like me, I'm gonna take your little notepad. I'm gonna take you your privileges away. You're grounded. You got to go stay in your room. Oh my God, this don't make no sense. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
And an official from HHS today was asked about this, and here's how they described the CDC's response.
The CDC rapidly activated its Emergency Operations Center. It deployed medical teams to assess passengers and coordinated closely with international partners. They have notified state health departments. They have initiated monitoring of potentially exposed individuals, and they have issued clinical guidance through the Health Alert Network.
Are you satisfied with how U.S. officials have handled this thus far?
No, I'm not.
I think the honest answer is they've been slow. They've been slow off their feet in terms of doing those things. The things that were laid out, they have started doing them, but it should have been done much earlier. The communication out of HHS has been also very slow and I think unclear. You know, the engagement with the global community with WHO has been far less than what it would be under normal circumstances. Look, I think we all hope it still works out just fine. But if this ends up becoming a bigger outbreak, I think those are places we're going to look to see what went wrong.
This outbreak took off on a cruise ship. We have seen lots of outbreaks, mostly norovirus, breaking out on cruise ships. Does this, in your mind, change any way that we ought to be monitoring or dealing with those very self-contained floating potential incubators?
Yeah, so I remind people most cruises still are safe. There are special issues with cruises and other kinds of gatherings like that. That's why there was an entire unit at the CDC designed to study and respond to outbreaks on cruise ships and similar situations. That, by the way, that unit was eliminated last year by HHS, by Secretary Kennedy as part of the DOGE cuts, which I thought was poorly timed. I think we can make cruising even safer. I don't think we need to get rid of the cruising industry altogether, but obviously there's an elevated risk that needs to be managed effectively.
So there is no vaccine against hantavirus. For people who do, either at that Nebraska center or elsewhere, if they do develop symptoms and a serious infection, what treatments are available to them?
Yeah, right now we only have what is called supportive treatment, which is nothing specific against the virus, just helping their own body get through it, whether that's oxygen support, fluid support, managing complications. Obviously not the ideal way to do this. The good news is that Nebraska Center is one of the best places in the country for it. So again, if you're gonna get sick from hantavirus anywhere, that's the place. But that said, it's a reminder that we need to be investing more in therapies and vaccines against deadly viruses like this.
All right, Dr. Ashish Jha of Harvard's Belfer Center, as always, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me back, Blaine.
Thank you guys for watching that along with me. Thank you. Now, we all know that incubation period, that's a long period. Okay? When I say long, it's nothing like C19. It's nothing like the C19. They got just for the incubation period. Let me just pull it back up because what is it? 4 to 6 weeks or 42 days. That's a long time. Really, a long time for someone to be walking around, and you could be walking around and not know you in contact you caught the virus, or you've been that is in your body, or however they want to put it. 4 to 42 days. 4 weeks to 42 days or 6 weeks time frame. That's a long time. So you're walking around. But this outbreak initially started back in April, just last month, April 2026. And it took them a while after the first 2 people on the ship, alleged the husband and wife team allegedly passed away, for them to realize by the third person what is really going on. Because when the captain made that speech, standing up, and thank God somebody videotaped that and everything, and the person that videotaped it didn't really know what was going on. He just thought this is something I should record, and thank God he did. Not that the person was doing anything wrong, but thank God he did record it. Let me pull that up. That is with Nation News. Let me go ahead and pull that up right quick. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about, but you all make sure you get prepared. Let me just say this. Make sure you all get prepared just in case. Okay. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but get prepared just in case. You don't know where it's going to go. Follow, try to stay informed, whether it's on coming over to my channel or someone else's channel, or watching the news, or whatever you may need to do, or keep your eyes open and your ears open, because you never know what this is going to do, and you want to prepare yourself. So even if it's doing small things to get there, okay? Because you all know how it was with the C-19. A lot of people wasn't prepared. And since we've been through this once before, I'm not saying anything is going to happen. I always have, like I call it, plan B. Plan A is something happening. At least you got a plan B going on. And if you don't need plan B, great. Great. You don't need it. But at least it was there just in case. It's like having insurance, but you don't need it. But then when something happened, you're glad you got it. Or having enough gas in your car, just a full tank of gas, and you're driving across the country, or you're taking a long trip, and then you realize the next service station is not there. It's been closed, shut down, or whatever. I don't know. So just be prepared. That's why I always and I love being able to bring information to you all and keeping everybody informed and up to date and everything. And I really want to bring that information with Nation News. What's his name? Jesse Weaver. I love Jesse. Everybody know Jesse. Law and Crime. I love Jesse. And everything. It doesn't make sense to normal, intelligent people. What you say, Leo? Oh my God. Okay. Doesn't make sense. Okay. But also, I know we don't have much time, and we're running out of time too. But like I said, I want to talk to you all about about what is it? About the other people, which is our crazy celebrities and everything. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the crazy celebrities. But we're gonna get into them. We are gonna get into them. We're gonna get into them, but we're gonna go ahead and watch this right quick. And this is not long. This is the last video for that. Okay, guys, this is the last one, and then we're gonna get into y'all's crazy celebrities that's always doing something wrong. This is with CBS Austin. And this is 3 hours ago, guys. It will be in my description box below my video. All right. And so if you want to go back to it or reference this video, you may do so. Here it is. Let me unmute it. It's just 12 hours and 34 seconds. And then as soon as this is over, we will be getting into y'all crazy people. The crazy people. Yes, I'll be telling y'all about Chris Rock. We had some hope for him. We did. We had some hope. But you can't keep hope alive all the time. Here we go.
On Monday, we saw small groups of masked passengers loaded into separate vehicles. The extra precautions happening after the CDC says a norovirus outbreak sickened 102 guests on board the Caribbean Princess, along with 13 crew members.
We just thought it was food poisoning, and then the next morning we heard that there was an outbreak of the norovirus throughout the ship.
David Hansen caught the bug early on the 13-day trip out of Fort Lauderdale. The cruise line later began to isolate those who became ill.
Basically, 24 hours of gastrointestinal.
Did he just say he caught the virus earlier? Ooh.
Experiences, and after that, he started feeling better.
With norovirus being highly contagious, Princess Cruises says workers disinfected the ship and added extra sanitizing throughout the voyage. Did you see any extra cleaning measures on board?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They were very adamant about hand washing and taking care of your rooms.
But they were having the staff serve the food at the buffet, so that was probably a big game changer in that respect.
The ship undergoing a comprehensive cleaning as it's welcoming thousands more passengers on Monday.
It wouldn't stop me from cruising. Just make sure you keep yourself hands washed and take care of yourself, bring hand sanitizer. You should be fine.
In the United States, 18 people have made it back home and are under medical monitoring at healthcare facilities. One travel vlogger is documenting his journey inside of a quarantine unit in Nebraska.
Good morning, everyone. It is my second day here at the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha, Nebraska, and I just want to give you a little tour of my room. Here's my thermometer for temperature checks during the day. I have a stationary bike for exercise.
There's no indication that Jake Rosemarin has tested positive for hantavirus. He said in his social post, he's, quote, okay and feeling well. He's one of the lucky ones. One doctor who cared for people on the ship has tested positive. He's asymptomatic, but is being held in the biocontainment unit.
They're in full hazmat gear or proper protective gear, and I just see a pair of eyes.
Two other people, a couple, are being held in a biocontainment unit at Atlanta's Emory University Hospital. According to the World Health Organization, there are 11 Andes hantavirus cases linked to the MV Hondias cruise ship, and the WHO warns that more cases could emerge in the coming weeks.
But I don't expect to see hundreds or thousands of more cases.
Experts say this variant of hantavirus does not spread easily, and the risk to the general public is low.
So among those 18 Americans who've just been repatriated, 16 are at the University of Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha, and 2 are at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta. And at last check, one of those 2 in Atlanta is symptomatic. Now, health officials say that the incubation period of this Andes strain of the hantavirus, which is the time between exposure and showing symptoms, is quite long, up to 42 days. Now, despite World Health Organization guidance, the United States is not requiring people considered high-risk contacts to quarantine and be monitored for that full 42 days. Of course, you'll recall President Trump pulled the U.S. out of the WHO. Many health officials, though, urging these Americans to still follow this guidance, but say there's no need to panic.
Let me be crystal clear. The risk of hantavirus to the general public remains very, very low. The Andes variant of this virus does not spread easily, and it requires prolonged close contact with someone who is already symptomatic.
Just one of the ways officials say that's much different than COVID-19. So now that all passengers are off that MV Hondias cruise ship, the crew is sailing it back to the Netherlands. It'll take about 5 days, where the ship will be disinfected.
Even though health officials are stressing this is not the next COVID, the concerns are high. How dangerous is hantavirus compared to COVID-19, just in terms of hospitalization and death rates?
Yeah, so the best way to really compare them is kind of saying this. So COVID is a lot more widespread and contagious. That was the problem there, was how easily it was able to spread. But hantavirus can be a lot deadlier for the people who do get seriously sick. So the CDC says hantavirus pulmonary syndrome is fatal in nearly 4 in 10 people who are infected in this cruise-linked cluster, who says the case fatality ratio, they're saying it's currently 38%. So that's 3 deaths among 8 reported cases. COVID can also be pretty severe, especially for older adults, people with underlying conditions. But the CDC says risk varies widely by age and health status. But it's not a straight apples to apples comparison. But what we can say is it seems like hantavirus at this point is a lot more deadly.
Right. And it seems like, ever since this unfolded, we've been rapidly hearing about exposure. Explain to us, elaborate a little bit more on why, if you suspect exposure, it's critical that, you get early medical attention.
Yeah, sure. And from my understanding and what I read on the World Health Organization's website today, their documentation of this is they're saying that because patients can really deteriorate very fast, it's a very fast virus. So the CDC says that early supportive care is really critical even before the diagnosis is confirmed, because suspected hantavirus pulmonary syndrome can progress quickly and delayed care lowers your chance of survival. So it's important to act fast. WHO also says that symptoms can start with fever, chills, muscle aches, dizziness, stomach issues even, but then it can suddenly turn into a respiratory distress and low blood pressure. So very interesting to look into all of this, and we're gonna have to wait and see how this continues to progress.
We're getting flashbacks of those early days of the pandemic, it feels like, and it can be a little unsettling, but here, let's break down the facts. Hantavirus is mostly spread through contact with infected rodents, including their urine, droppings, or saliva. And this strain, the Andes strain linked to this cruise ship outbreak, it's been shown to spread between people through very close, prolonged contact. Meanwhile, 17 Americans exposed to the virus have now arrived in the U.S. and are being monitored at the quarantine unit at the University of Nebraska Medical Center, the country's only federally funded quarantine center, and also in Atlanta at Emory University Hospital. One passenger has tested positive. One person in Atlanta is symptomatic, but has not tested positive. Health officials say the overall risk to the public, it still remains low.
How do the symptoms compare to COVID and the flu?
Yeah. Well, early symptoms of hantavirus, it can really mirror symptoms of COVID or the flu, and that means fever, fatigue, muscle aches, headaches, and sometimes nausea or coughing. In those more severe cases, hantavirus can quickly progress to serious breathing problems as fluid builds up in the lungs. There's some big differences between COVID and hantavirus in the rate of transmission, its novelty or newness, and incubation period. In COVID-19, it was a new novel illness. We all remember when it shut down the world in 2020. Hantavirus isn't new. COVID, it spreads very easily through airborne particles and can move rapidly through communities. Hantavirus is harder to catch. With COVID, someone can spread the virus by breathing, talking, or coughing. With hantavirus, this strain would likely take sustained close contact to spread from person to person. Now, the incubation period, that means how long it takes from exposure to symptoms. That is also different than for COVID-19. COVID incubates within 2 to 14 days. For hantavirus, it's a staggering 1 to 8 weeks.
Caution and wisdom is what should prevail here. It's a rare viral family that is carried by feces of rodents or in their urine or saliva, and it's really confined to a few areas of the world. So it is not very common to come across it, and it can cause, obviously, a severe hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. But again, to your point, it is very rare, and the exposure to it, in America, we've had fewer than 1,000 cases in the last 30 years. So it is rare.
That's how rare it is. That's almost non-existent, if you ask me. 1,000 in the past 30 years. And this is what's dominating headlines now and sort of bringing, this fear, sort of fear-mongering, I feel like sometimes. But what has been brought, in this case particularly, is the Andes strain. So what, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Andes strain. What should folks understand about that strain and how rare it is when you talk about person-to-person spread?
Well, and that's a great point. Ironically, I was just in the Andes a few weeks ago. And was I worried about it? Of course not. You just don't go to areas that are dirty and low hygiene. And the Andes strain, the concern is it can spread in rare cases from human to human. However, the cases we have in America is a different strain. Some people will remember the outbreak in the 1990s in the Four Corners region of the United States. The virus itself was originally discovered in Korea in the 1970s. So there are substrains, and some of them are more aggressive than others. The Andes one can be dangerous to those who get infected with it. But to your point, we think about thousands of children per day around the world die from TB or malaria, and yet when the news finds something novel, they like to hype it. But at the end of the day, data requires calm.
What symptoms should someone take seriously if they feel like they've had some possible exposure without assuming every flu-like illness is hantavirus?
Yeah, good point. Because only about 1 in maybe 10 million cases would be hantavirus. Flu is obviously more common, but muscle fatigue, aches, which progress more to some nausea, GI, upset, and then from there, filling of the lungs with fluid. And that's when the case becomes more serious. And that's when one would want to get medical attention quickly in order to abate those symptoms.
And you said the treatment is what? What's the course of treatment here?
Well, the course of treatment is generally supportive. Respiratory care, are there some of the drugs that we use during COVID that can prevent replication of the virus? Absolutely. So there are antivirals. The individuals who get very good medical care generally have good outcomes. The unfortunate deaths that occurred on the cruise ship, the MS Hondius, those were elderly individuals, perhaps with risk factors that haven't been revealed yet. So the majority of people will do fine. It does have, a fairly high mortality rate if not treated. But again, to your point, most viruses are common colds or flu, or even some of the lingering COVID variants out there. But most people, when they get a flu or a cold, don't need to worry.
So if it doesn't spread person to person, if it's not likely for it to spread person to person, like you said, it's rare, then are you getting it from food you're eating because of rat droppings that could possibly potentially be contaminated or something?
Well, you bring up a great point. It's more dust that's kicked up in an environment that's enclosed, or a low hygiene environment. If there's an infestation of rats or mice, and a couple of other rodents in the Andes can carry it as well. So it's basically, don't be in a dirty, dusty, enclosed environment where there's been a rodent infestation.
Is it ingested? So it's literally you're breathing it in?
You're literally breathing it in, correct.
Okay. All right. So very quickly, what's the most practical takeaway for viewers who want to be informed and not alarmed?
The most practical takeaway is, don't worry. Look, people die from lightning strikes and sharks, and we don't restructure our lives for that. You don't need to restructure your life for a rare outbreak that's being managed well by public health right now.
I think the greatest takeaway for me is 1,000 cases in 30 years here in the U.S. And for more information, visit imahealth.org. Dr. Ryan Cole, pleasure talking with you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay, guys. Okay, thank you guys on that information. Now, let's go ahead and move quickly over. Let me just say, everybody stay safe. Let's be safe. Stay safe and stay informed, okay? And this is for not just you, for your family as well. Because I don't want anyone to get this hantavirus or come in contact. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to Stefon DIGGS right quick. We're going to be talking about Stefon DIGGS and his chef, Mila Adams, Mila Adams, okay? She was his private chef. And, oh Lord, this man take his thing everywhere and put his hands everywhere. Oh my God. All right. So we're going to talk about it right quick. So let me go ahead and get started with that. Let me pull this down right quick. You can't make this up, guys. You cannot make this up. I know I wanted to talk more about the Stefon trial and everything, but because of the time, his verdict and everything, we're going to just go ahead and get straight onto the video. But the verdict, the trial is closed. Everything is closed. The verdict, not guilty on Tuesday. That was not guilty. On Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, a Nebraska jury officially found former New England Patriots wide receiver Stefon DIGGS not guilty on both charges. The charges was DIGGS was facing felony counts for strangulations and one misdemeanor count of assault and battery. Okay, it was a speedy deliberation. Speedy, just over 1 hour before clearing DIGGS of all charges. A brief 2-day trial. Okay, and Durham District Court. I hope I pronounced that city correctly. The allegations from Adams, who worked as DIGGS' live-in personal chef, earning what, $2,000 a week, claimed that December 2nd, 2025, a confrontation between his home escalated into violence. According to police reports, the initial findings, she alleged DIGGS, which is Stefon, slapped her, placed her in a chokehold with his arms, and threw her onto a bed during an argument regarding back pay. and planned back pay and a planned trip to Miami. But I'll let this go ahead and play out for you all to see. Okay, let me just go ahead and pull that up because I do want to get into a few more things after this. I want to try to get into the Blueface and Chrisean Rock and one other person. So let me go ahead and bring this to you right quick, guys. We'll listen to this first. Let me just pull it up. Okay, here we go. As y'all know, I try not to make a long live. This is with Inside Edition. The information will be down in my description box below my video, guys. Now, I have not talked about this because y'all know, people that know my channel, y'all know why, okay? I had other things going on. Here we go.
The NFL star accused of assaulting his personal chef hears his fate.
What is your verdict? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So say all members of the jury.
Yes. Stefon DIGGS fights back tears. The 32-year-old has had an on-again, off-again relationship with rapper Cardi B.
Party, let's go.
The pair share a 6-month-old son. He also helped lead the New England Patriots to this year's Super Bowl. The wide receiver faced charges of felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault. Last December, DIGGS' live-in chef came forward claiming he violently attacked her at his Massachusetts mansion.
Please raise your right hand.
The chef, Neela Adams, took the stand during the 2-day trial.
He choked and slapped me.
So when you say
he smacked me with an open hand.
But DIGGS' attorney says it's all a lie, pointing to this video of Adams dancing and goofing around one day after the alleged attack.
Ms. Adams, that was you on that video, correct?
Yes.
I spoke to DIGGS' attorney, Mitchell Schuster. How much of an impact do you think that dance video had on the jury's decision?
I think it had a tremendous impact with the jury. If someone gets on the stand and they talk about a violent assault, and then almost immediately thereafter, you're dancing around, I think it really hurt her credibility with the jury.
I feel about the verdict, Stefon.
Yeah, I think so too. But a person can do two things at one time. She can still be dancing around and still be slapped in the face and been put in a chokehold. All at the same, But he was found not guilty, guys. If I have time, I'll bring up some of the court information, but I do want to let you all see this too. I'm trying to get it all here. This is Blueface and Chrisean Rock, but I'll try to bring back Stefon information but I want to get this out too as well. Y'all know I try to make sure. This is what NYMAG TV, credit goes out to them for this video. This is Blueface and Chrisean Rock. They reunite after all the treacherous stuff that went on with them too. Go figure. Do it have something to do with the fact that she's boxing? She did a boxing? I don't know. I have no idea, but we're getting ready to find out, right? Here we go.
Chrisean teaches Blueface some of her boxing techniques after their performance in Seattle.
Are you gonna try? No, he's southpaw. He's really the other side. He fight backwards. Dude. He's southpaw. I didn't know that. Oh, damn! He did top. There we go. Uppercut. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. It is. You wear your jacket.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Come on, let's go back to fight.
Yeah. Man, I'm drunk.
Like, this a drunk. You want to see a drunk? Right there. Insane. Look, look at cuz. You want to see toxic? Oh, insane. Look. Need more chips. More chips. Hey, more chips. Yeah, I'm saying on the low tip. Yeah, that's how we in
Y'all see Chrisean.
I don't play about it. Play. I get right with you. I've been telling one of my since.
Okay, guys, that's Chrisean Rock and Blueface. Why is she going on tour with him? Why is she? Y'all can look in this child's face. She haven't gotten past him and over him. She is still locked in. She is still locked in and with him. I thought she was over him. No. She is not. She is not. And I think that's going to be her downfall, because she is not over him. And she, to me, she's got to have herself, oh gosh, I don't know what to say. She is not over him. You can see it in the way, the playful manner and everything. And he's a narcissist, just in my opinion. Okay, let me go ahead and show you one other person I want to bring to y'all. This is Sukahana. Suki. I'll let y'all see it for yourself. I don't know. She's not revealing the baby daddy yet. She is not revealing the baby daddy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're getting ready to find out now. I'll let Suki tell you. I'll let Suki tell you.
Suki just took a pregnancy test. Yeah. Why am I nervous? I feel like it's my test. We're waiting for it to like. She keeps saying I'm pregnant. I know I'm not though. I know. I keep telling her she is. It's loading right now. I haven't been pregnant in like a decade. So. A decade? Yeah. The last baby I had was like a long time ago. I think you're pregnant. No, why? It means that it's taking its time. If I'm pregnant, then what? Then what? Like, I'm trying to figure out, then what? I have to start over my life. I do want to have a baby, but I don't feel like right now, it would be hard because I have so much on my plate. It's hardly so. Oh my fucking God. Oh my gosh. Is that saying yes? Are you happy about that? Is that saying yes? Yes. You're pregnant. Suki just took a pregnancy test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just say, Sukahana, she is pregnant. I watched a video. I watched a live she did last night or yesterday, sometime yesterday or last night. But anyway, I watched a video of her, and she was several months along. She was big. Okay, and she is taking care of herself. She's looking great. She's clear, fine. She's taking care of her body. She's taking care of the baby. She's not drinking. She's not smoking. She's just doing what a pregnant woman would do. And she's glowing. She's doing great, guys. So if anybody is worried about Sukahana, don't worry about it. She's doing good. She is doing good. She's not like Chrisean Rock. Did not take care of herself. Did not allegedly, but ain't no allegedly because everybody saw it all over social media. She didn't take care of herself. And in return, baby Junior, God lay hands, take care of that baby because she sure did not do anything. Okay, so but she's doing great. All right, and Sukahana is the one I was talking about in the very beginning. She was a hot mess. She was a hot mess, though, but I understood where she's at, where she was. So she was trying to do the best that she could in the situation that she was in, and she struggled and got herself out of that situation. Used that platform, Love and Hip Hop, to make, although she used it in the best way that she knew how. A lot of people don't agree, and I didn't agree with a lot of stuff she did, but I am proud to see where she's at now. So I got much love for Sukahana. Sukahana, you did great. You're doing great. Continue to take care of yourself and your baby. You're glowing. And if y'all don't know who she is, that's Sukahana. In the black and white stripy dress with the red going across her. She's the black lady. Okay? And that's her new friend. Y'all gonna have to catch them together one day. They're really funny together. Okay? Also, now let me try to give you a little more information on the Stefon DIGGS right quick before I go, guys. I try to give you. Let me make us even here. Wait, just give me a. That's okay. Okay, let me the allegations of everything. Now, his chef, which is Mila Adams, right here. She worked for. She was his private chef, right? And his personal private live-in. Let me correct it. She's allegedly she worked for Stefon DIGGS as his live-in personal chef, earning over $2,000 a week, claiming that in December the 2nd that that's when they had that confrontation that putting her in a hit, slapping her and putting her in a headlock and throwing her onto a bed, all over back pay. All right, and people claimed it was extortion. Okay, that's what the defense said. The defense attorney, his defense attorney, successfully argued that the entire incident was completely fabricated as a financial leverage against DIGGS. Okay, defense pulled communication logs showing that Adams, which is Mila Adams, his personal at the time his personal chef, initially demanded $19,000 in payback, but her civil legal team later escalated that demand, seeking a $5.5 million settlement from DIGGS. How are you going to go from $19,000 payback or whatever, and then you want $5.5 million? But that's not me. I don't care. I'm just reading the information. Okay, I'm not sure whether he did it or not, or whether they had a confrontation or not. But that's the jury call. They made their verdict. They said, nope, forget it. No, well, not forget it. He was found not guilty, y'all guys, y'all. So, but anyway, let me get into it, finish up right quick before we leave. He was found not guilty. They showed that video. We just watched her dancing and everything. They saying that was like the next day she's up dancing. But their deleted texts, the defense introduced evidence that Adams deleted several argument text exchanges before showing them to police. Oh, they're saying she deleted stuff from her phone before showing them, giving her phone to police. They also presented a cell phone video of Adams happily dancing, socializing in a car in the days immediately following the alleged assault, heavily damaging her claims of trauma. But the witness testimony, DIGGS claims, DIGGS, Chief of Staff, Janelle, I guess they call her Sunny Sales, took the stand and testified that she interacted with Adams, which is Amila Adams, at the house on the day of the alleged incident. Sales stated that Adams showed no visible red marks, swelling, or bruising on her neck or face, and was actively looking for a pen to write DIGGS' birthday down, or DIGGS a birthday card. Well, you know what? Think about the situation with Diddy, the Diddler. Y'all remember the situation with the Diddler? How just remember that situation about what's her name? I think it was one of the John Doe. It was John Doe, and how the one that had to live in the home. Remember that situation. I'm not going to get into the whole situation with that. But anyway, let's talk about this $100,000 claim. In a highly dramatic courtroom moment, Adams claimed on the stand that DIGGS offered her $100,000 to recant her statement to police. This led to an immediate defense objection and sidebar, and the judge ordered the remark completely stripped or from the record. I wonder how you can say strip it from the record. People had already heard it. They had already heard it, but he won. Not guilty, guys. Not guilty. But we're going to go ahead, and I do thank everybody for being here. I thank everybody for pulling up, taking the information in, because we all need to make sure that we keep up with what's going on the outside of our homes and everything. We're going to have to make sure that although we want to stay and we want to sit and watch what's going on with reality TV or the housewives and all this here stuff, we still need to keep track of what's going on for us, for our safety. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. With the DIGGS case, anything else comes out about DIGGS or whatever, I'll let you all know. But Suki Hunted, congratulations on your pregnancy. Also, with Chrisean Rock, seems like she's falling back into Blueface trap. That's all I can say. And to me, I don't see anything good coming out of that. Because one day he said the baby is his, one day the baby is not his. Oh, you never know. Nobody knows but Chrisean. Okay? Well, him and Chrisean Rock. That's all I can say about that. Nobody knows but them two. As for, let me see, was there anybody else? Oh, I'll do something. I did say I was going to talk about that content creator. Is a influencer that had some horrible things. It's a guy, a man, but he's a gay male, so I think he's go as she. I'm not sure, but I may be wrong about how he identified. But he had some horrible things to say about an employee, that this employee was losing their job. I don't know, and he said some horrible things. Oh, I don't even want to get into it. But guys, I do want to say thank you all and everything for being here. And we're going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.